hope you had a very Merry Christmas and Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu! Happy New Year! I learned that from a greeting card. Anyways, this Christmas was actually a lot better than I expected it to be. I wasn't alone. I made some friends. First at one of the drinking parties with the teachers. Here are some pictures of some of the friends I made there. And then I also finally met the other two, well, there's 3 ALTs in the area, but I met 2 of them, Mike and Caroline. Here's their picture. And then Caroline actually invited me to one of her friends, Miss Rie's house, for an amazing Christmas luncheon. And I have a lot more footage about all of the festivities that I was a part of, but because I want these video blogs to be in consecutive order, at least for the most part, I will make a video about all that later on, later down the road. So anyways, I was in really good shape for the holidays, so don't you worry there. Plus, FaceTiming with family, that was really what I needed as well. So for now though, Osaka and Kyoto! But first, I must warn you, I believe I was way more jet lagged than I originally thought, so the things that I should have been more enthusiastic about, I wasn't as enthusiastic about. So I'll definitely need to revisit Osaka and Kyoto with more energy and more planning. So just keep that in mind. So this day started with a desperate attempt to find a data SIM card for my phone. The bartender we spoke to the night before said that she got one at Don Quixote for $15 a month for 5 gigabytes, which is ridiculous. So I was like, oh, it is possible. I can use my phone here in Google Maps, and yes. So we go to Don Quixote, which I really wish I had some footage of this place, but there's one around here, so I'll get some eventually. But it was just so cram-packed full of stuff. So anyways, I don't know where or how she got her SIM card, but it wasn't at Don Quixote, at least not the one we went to that was right around the corner. So I didn't get a SIM card, but I went into many places and I was irritating. So, but we set out for Osaka from Nagoya around 2 p.m. and it takes about a little over an hour, usually, if you don't get delayed somehow. Alright, Nozomi is bad. Kodama is good. Hikari is good. Nozomi is bad. We learned this, didn't we, babe?
Trying to throw me off their train. Make me pay $60 to stay on it.
So what had happened here was we discovered that Will's Pass was not free reign over every train. So even if all the trains are going to the same place, I guess some are like fancier or something? I don't know, but Nozomi was one of those no-no trains. The conductor approached us and, you know, checking the tickets and everything, and of course mine was fine, but she was going to charge us $60 for Will being on the train when, in the fine print, Nozomi is not a train that's included with his very expensive JR pass. Again, even though they're all going to the same place. I don't know, maybe Nozomi is faster or something. I didn't actually do the research, but basically she gave us a pass and said that we can just get off the next stop and catch another train. So that's what we did. We we just got off and got back on the Kodama, which is okay, and made our way to the rest of the way to Osaka. So all was good in the world in the end, but it was we looked at the bright side of it. So after all that, we finally made it to Osaka. Oh, it ate it. Yeah, it's really windy. That's a porn shop?
Adult goods, idle DVDs, adult DVDs.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna be honest. Most of our time in Osaka was spent walking around, going into random shops, and I did not get much footage of the shops we entered. I have a lot like this of us walking around though, but that gets boring after a while. We eventually stopped to eat, and I was a bit hangry here and not too happy with my choice of what I ordered.
Very disappointed. I have to do this myself. Okay, let's just try the egg first, and then you just flip it up. I don't know which way. It doesn't really say which way.
You kind of make your own stuff there. Fontu cone. You know, we kind of teach you in 7th grade geometry. Oh, you're making a burrito. Okay.
Whatever.
Let's eat burrito. Looks like you're having lots of fun playing with your food.
It wasn't too bad.
Of course it's not too bad. You want to show the viewers the sour face you've been making all day?
We found the gachapon hats! Yay! I don't know if 500. You can't put me in!
The change machine's right over there.
Look, it's taped! It's taped, dude.
How the hell?
I guess I don't wanna do it if I'm not allowed to.
Show us the sad face. Show us your Fuji face.
They're all out. But look, I found them. But it's all out. Where?
All the potential in the world could be anything. Well, could be one boyfriend.
Wait, I wonder if they're here. So you can buy exactly what you're looking for. These are what you would get out of the gachapon or claw machines, I believe. We ended up taking a taxi to the hotel we were staying at. We got a little lost. This being the case, he actually stopped the fare counter. What a taxi ride! Because the roads were so narrow. I thought for sure he was gonna hit something. He got so close to everything. I guess because the hotel was in a more rural part of town or something. And then it seemed like we were going around in circles. I mean, the taxi driver was like a for real space case or something. Okay, we're going the right way. Oh yeah, and then we were just like, it's cool, this is close enough, thanks. This is it. Oh, thank you. Oh boy. Oh. Here's a little tour of the very fancy hotel room.
国が推奨する安全運転サポートカーを続々増やしています。今週末はサポトヨフェアへ。料金相談フェアです。これ当たる。こんなプランあったんや。この問題、上のアルファベットは体のある一部をお分かりだろう。わかった。すみません。親指、人差し指、中指、小指、薬指、小指。指や。
Which is what I'm wearing. This beautiful scenery here was right behind our hotel. Check out how narrow this road is, for real. So this gives you an idea of what the outskirts of Kyoto are like. This is a residential area. Waiting at the bus stop. This is the restaurant we just ate at. It was a very quaint place, owned by a mother and her son. These mountains are beautiful. Tipping is pretty non-existent here in Japan, but Will and I really enjoyed our respective meals, so he drew this picture for them. I wrote the Japanese, of course. I just loved this area, so here's a bit more of the scenery before the bus took us closer to our Kyoto destination. We chilled here for a bit for Will to figure out what bus we need to get on next in order to get to Fushimi Inari Shrine.
Change here for the JR line and
Yeah, I was that impatient foreigner.
station on Shinjuku.
So you got on the bus from back there, took a ticket with the number of the current stop, and then you paid for the distance traveled at the front of the bus before getting off. This was quite the tourist spot. So many people. What? Oh, yeah. There were so many neat souvenirs here. I wish I had gotten some more, but at least I made it out of Kyoto with a couple of new bandanas. Wow. That's cool.
This is just the entrance.
Alright, well you lead, I'll follow.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Might also be pronounced kitsune.
Wow, lots of pictures. Oh, oh my god. So cute. Oh, kawaii. Oh my god. Okay. That was adorable. Young ladies dressed like this were everywhere, and I guess maybe it was to get the full effect of visiting Fushimi Inari Shrine. This is really neat. Oh.
Maybe. I don't think.
Oh, cool.
Fushimi Inari Shrine sits at the base of Mount Inari and includes many smaller sub-shrines, which we'll get to in a minute, that span 4 kilometers up the 233-meter or 764-foot mountain. The shrine was founded in 711, making it one of Kyoto's oldest and most historic landmarks. Foxes, or kitsune in Japanese, are regarded as the messengers of the gods. Some of the stone foxes even have keys in their mouths. These are keys to the rice granaries which they protect. According to legend, an aristocrat named Hatano Iroku was practicing archery using a mochi, or rice cake, as a target. Suddenly, the mochi turned into a swan, or a crane, or some sort of white fowl, and flew away, eventually landing on a peak of a mountain where rice grew, an omen of luck in Japan. This led to the deity Inari Okami, the god of rice, being enshrined on the plateau and the start of Fushimi Inari Taisha.
What is this?
Those, I have learned since this time, are called Henko stamps and are used in place of signatures in Japan for packages and signing important documents and the like.
What are these for?
Years and troubles on them, and you light them, and they melt away.
That's really awesome. These are what you write good wishes on?
Actually, more precisely, these are prayers people have written for things like bountiful harvest, success in business, and for the hope of their wishes and dreams coming true.
It continues to go on those shrines and those.
And we are where that red dot is, barely even beginning our trek up Mount Inari before calling it a day. Each of these torii shrine gates have been donated by an individual or a Japanese business in the hope of receiving good luck and fortune. The name of the donor is inscribed in black ink on the back of each gate. I suppose the writing looked cool enough for many people to stop and get their picture taken. So just a little more info for you while you're trekking along. The shrine became an object of imperial patronage during the early Heian period. In 942, it was elevated to the highest rank for Shinto shrines. The main shrine structure was built in 1499 and is designated as an important cultural property of Japan. It contains 5 shrines, a lower shrine, a middle shrine, an upper shrine, and auxiliary shrines. I don't think we even made it through the lower shrine, to be honest. This here was actually my first encounter with a Japanese ambulance, just so you know. Didn't really keep me from looking into the pretty shops though.
Oh. This is the floating world place.
I did a lot of research on the quote-unquote floating world place when I was writing my final paper at the University of Kentucky.
That they put in their hair. Huh? I do. It shows you how to do it too.
You really weren't supposed to record anything from the shop, but I couldn't resist. These were so hilarious. And this one's my favorite, but why anyone would actually want to catch him, I don't know. I have more footage of us walking around, but I think we've had enough of that. So as you can see, especially at Fushimi Inari Shrine, I was far less engaged than I would normally be. Kinda just walked around with the camera recording stuff. So nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed being a part of it, and know I am hard at work on the next video blog. So until then, bye bye!